Hey, what's up, everyone? So, in this video, I'll be talking about the limitations of Frontity. Hey, I'm Lax, and if you are new to the channel, make sure to subscribe. And I'll be talking about web development and marketing and other tips as well. So, let's go straight to Frontity and its limitations. So, we all know Frontity is uh, a React framework for WordPress, and it is focused on WordPress. It's powerful. It helps you build faster websites in short time, but it has some limitations. Yeah, you don't believe? So let me explain. And I'll put a disclaimer here, and these are based on my knowledge and my experience. And maybe these are not just limitations, like maybe it's a work in progress. The team and the community is working on them, maybe. So, and it's at the time of recording, like this recording on March 2021, these are the limitations. Maybe in a couple of days or weeks or months, we may have new features in 2028. Yeah, let's get started. Yeah, the first one is it relies on REST API, right? So if you are using Gatsby, you will be using WP GraphQL. So Frontity also said they will introduce GraphQL in the future. So if you are more focused on, let's say, if you're having REST API, it will expose all the endpoints, or you want to have something like, if it's GraphQL, you can fetch only the values that you want. That's the one of the difference. And it needs another server, right? Because it's Node, and you need a Node.js server to run Frontity. And you might be running your WordPress site on a PHP, like on an Apache server or Nginx server as well, right? So that's different. So you will need two servers, one to run your WordPress, where you will edit your WordPress content, and there is another one, you will need another server to run Frontity, run your frontend. So for most cases, like most of the developers or the clients who are who know the importance of the power of Node and the modern frameworks, and you will be okay with that. But for, let's say, WordPress is targeted for non-techies, right? So that's why WordPress powers 40% of the web right now. It's because it's not all the 40% of the people who use WordPress are techies. Not all of them are developers. Not all of them are have a sound tech knowledge. So what they do is they just install WordPress by themselves, or they hire someone, or they just maybe using self-host, we call that like a managed service. That's why managed WordPress hosting is so popular, and it's in demand also, right? So for them, this might be a bit of challenge. Like they don't know what hosting to choose or how to configure and things like that. So right now we can take that as is in the duty of us, and the duty, it's a responsibility of the developers to explain this to the clients and convince them, hey, you need another server, but it's worth it. It's worth the investment. And most of the servers come with free the quota, like a free package, and also maybe a little monthly fee, right? So it's not going to cost you a fortune with another server, but still, it's I would say it might be a limiting factor for some people who want to migrate from WordPress to Frontity. And the development time varies with the requirements and skill level. So what I mean here is, let's say if your website is using a combination of plugins, let's say you are using WooCommerce and maybe BuddyPress or some other membership plugin or something else. So all these plugins should have REST API, and you should have a sound knowledge of that, like how to customize, how to override data or use the hooks and filters. and things like that. And it also depends on your skill level. Like you should be at least an intermediate level in React, so that you will know, um, how to create another, let's say, another components, and combine them and use them, and that helps. So this is, I would say, a limitation, though they remove, and this is also the advantage as well. Like uh, Frontity allows you to create a modern website without learning React. Like you don't have to be an expert in React to build a Frontity site, but at the same time, you should have some knowledge to customize it. And finally, not all plugins are compatible. So let's say if you want to use a plugin like WordPress, or something like that, like a membership plugin, Ultimate Member, or there are many other popular plugins, right? Or maybe your site might be using a plugin that doesn't have REST API. So that becomes a bottleneck. So you have to either manually adjust or create REST APIs, or you should know how to expose the data using your theme, or customize it a bit more in your plugin. So that may be a challenge in the beginning. So, but once you get the data, I think then Frontity works like a charm. But we should all consider this one, like not all plugins are compatible at the moment. The community is working on it. Right now, you have Frontity packages for you know, you know, Google Analytics, ads, SEO, and let's say Job Manager, or a Recipe Maker, and others. Like almost all the decent or the popular plugins have REST API, so it should not be a problem. It might take you like a couple of days to understand and how it works, and give it a try, test it out, and improve. So that's it, guys. That's it for this video, and I will come up with another Frontity um, series, like maybe a little bit of code and some customization as well. And leave a comment below. And thanks. I will see you in the next one.